Hey there! Do you want to learn all about what if analysis tools in MS Excel, that too with an example? If yes, then this video is absolutely for you. Do watch it without the fail. In this video, I'm going to show you another feature within what if analysis tool called as solver add-in tools inside of MS Excel. I'll take you through the complete steps to build this solver add-in function from scratch, and all this has been done using a very simple data which will be very easy to recreate and understand. You can easily get this exercise file downloaded in your system using the link provided in the description of this video. So go ahead, watch this complete video, practice this concept in the exercise file provided to you and become the master of it. Hello everyone, welcome back to this Microsoft Excel tutorial journey with me on my Knowledge Factor YouTube channel. This is session number 139 and we are learning the what if analysis tool in Microsoft Excel. This next lecture that we are going to get into deals with a tool that's not active within your Excel interface by default. It comes with Excel, it's free, but we need to activate it. This is called an add-in, and the specific add-in that we want to activate is called the solver. Now the solver tool is going to sound kind of similar to the goal seek tool that we just got done talking about in the last video. If you just missed watching that, here's the link for that at the top. Please go ahead and watch it. You might recall that the goal seek tool will allow us to change a formula output by changing something within the formula. Just to refresh our memories, if we go back to this goal seek sheet, we said, hey Excel, I want you to change this formula right here, which uses PMT function, the payment function. I want you to change that to a goal of 1100. Well, Excel says, well, great, I could do that, but what are you going to let me change in order to get to that 1100? So we say, okay Excel, let's get that 1100 right there by changing this mortgage amount, that's $2,200,000, right? You can change that, but just give me the 1100, that's the goal seek. Now unfortunately the goal seek will only allow you to change one thing. That means I could not say Excel, I want you to change the mortgage amount, but I also want you to adjust the interest rate and try to keep the mortgage amount no less than $200,000. Goal seek can't do that, right? It just says that what do you want to change it to and what are you going to let me change. Just one thing in the formula and Excel does the rest for you. It just sit there and calculates and then finds the result and give it to you, right? It's kind of limited. It's great. Again, it's great. You use this next time you go buy a car, right? But bring it in and go to the dealership and say, hey, you know what? I want to get that down to 1100 and let's change the interest rate, right? So this is great. Plug it into Excel, get Excel to do it for you. But if you want to get more involved, right, you want to be able to set up multiple constraints and say, hey Excel, I want you to hit this value and get a minimum value or a maximum value. Solver is for you. But I want you to stay within these thresholds and change this, that, and the other things, and Excel will figure it out all for you. This is the solver tool. Let's take a look at it. So inside of our scenario here, we got two little tables. We got our plan table and various quarters, and we got a shipping amount table. Now our goal is to minimize the total shipping amount. I want to keep that number as low as possible, right? Because shipping adds to our cost, right? It can eat into your overhead, it can eat into our customer's pocket, right? So we want to keep that down low. Now there is some constraints involved in this. I want to keep that value right there, that $5 currently, I want to keep that as low as possible, but we have some constraints to leave it, right? Here are the constraints. So a goal using the solver tool, I want to optimize the total shipping cost right there, right? But the following constraints must be set. This deals with our plant right here. Each plant must produce at least 20 units. So we got 3 plants each quarter, right? They must produce at least 20 units, no less. So step 2, plant 1 has maximum capacity of 92 units per quarter, so plant 1 cannot produce more than 92. So now we have a threshold in there, right? No less than 20, no higher than 92. Plant 2 has a maximum of 45 units, plant 3 has maximum of 55, so no less than 20 and no more than their maximum capacity. Alright, step number 3 or constraint 3, the requirement of the warehouse, right? So the warehouse demand that during quarter 1 you produce 180, during quarter 2 80, during quarter 3 190, during quarter 4 160. So they got to hit that. Okay, so they have got their low, right? They have got their high, and each quarter for each plant, and they have got their warehouse demands. So we need this, right? Now that's lot going on in there, and our ultimate goal is stay within these constraints but minimize the total shipping. All right, let's try this out. So our first step before we can run all this, we have to activate the solver tool. So to do this, let's go up to the file tab. Let's go down to the options, and inside of the Excel option window, down to the left hand side, we are going to go to the add-ins, and inside of add-ins we can see that we have one called the solver add-in. Right now, this is not currently active, we need to activate it. So I'm going to just go down to manage Excel add-ins, and I'm going to hit the go button, and inside of here we are going to activate the solver add-in. So make sure you place a little check in there for the solver add-in. Once you get that, I'll hit OK. And now on my data tab, top of my screen, I have now got the solver tool. So there it is right there, solver. Now if you need to take a moment, pause the video right here, go to the file options, add-ins, go activate the solver tool, and then jump back in and we'll see how this works. Got that? Alright, so now to activate the solver and start to use it here, I'm going to just go ahead and open up the solver. Here is our solver parameter window. So my objective that I want to set is we want to take H8, right? What is the total shipping cost? Currently it is at $5 because we don't have any really true values inside of here yet. So $5, right? But we want to set this objective of that cell to a minimum value. We want to try to keep shipping costs down and optimize it. Now we are going to allow this to happen by changing some specific cells, right? We want to build a change B5 through E7, these guys right here, right? B5 through E7. So let's keep the shipping cost down by optimizing that right here, optimizing those numbers. Now we are not done yet. We can't just hit OK here and say solve it, right? Because remember, we have got some constraints that this solver needs to adhere to, right? So let's start setting up these constraints. So the first one says, number one, each plant must produce at least 20 units a quarter to justify remaining open. Alright, so 20 units per quarter. So here I'm just going to set up a constraint. I'm going to just hit add, and we are going to say B5 through E7, that range right there. Each plant for each quarter has to be at least 20 units. So it's got to be greater than or equal to 20. And I'll go ahead and click on add. Alright, that's our first constraint. Now number one, that range of cell has to be 20 or at least 20, right, to justify the remaining open. Now number two has one for each plant. Plant 1 has a maximum of 92 per quarter, plant 2 has a maximum 45 per quarter, and plant 3 has a maximum of 55 per quarter. Alright, so I'm going to just do this for each of the plants here one by one. So for the first one, plant 1 maximum capacity 92. So I'm just going to grab B5 to E5 and say that one maximum capacity, right, must be less than or equal to 92. And I'll just click on add. That's plant 1. Now I'm going to do the same for plant 2. Let's grab plant 2 B6 through E6 less than or equal to 45. I'll add it. And then the last one, there's for plant 3 less than or equal to 55. I'm going to add it as well. Alright, so we have got our first two constraints out of the way. Each plant produces no less than 20 units, and then each plant has a maximum for the quarter. Alright, number 3, the plant production must equal to the requirement of the warehouse since there is a short shelf life. So for quarter 1, they demand 180 units across the 3 plants, quarter 2 80, quarter 3 190, quarter 4 160. So this total units produced, I'm just going to say for cell reference, I'm going to grab B8 till E8, and that right there must be equal to this right here, this warehouse demand. So the total units for the quarter must meet the warehouse demands. Then I'll add it, and that's it. I think the last one is just a note, just letting us know that if various changes inside the shipping per unit cost, that's fine based on the location. So I can hit OK, and there's our constraints. Alright, the 92, the 20, the minimum, the 45, 55, and equals for the warehouse demand. Okay, so now we are going to set the objective of the total shipping cost to a minimum by changing these cells but within these constraints, and that's it. I'm going to just go ahead and hit solve. Alright, solver found a solution. All constraints and optimality conditions are satisfied. Keep the solver. Alright, let's see what it did here for us. So plant 1, did it stay within the constraints? It has a maximum capacity of 92. Okay, so 92 is the maximum. 40, it dropped from maximum. Then 92, 92. That looks good. It didn't go over, right? And it's always above 20. It's minimum, right? Plant 2 has a 45. 45 is a maximum and minimum is 20. So 33, 20, 43, 20, which is okay. Then 55, 20, 55, 45. That also looks good. So these numbers here are equal to this, and it gives a minimum of $866.54. So there we go. There we have it, right? So if I say yes, right, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to just go ahead and click OK, and we have got our results. So this is our solver. It's able to figure that out. It gave us a minimum value. Excel did its magic in the background, all based on the constraints that we defined. So try this out. You have got to activate it first. Remember the file option, add-ins, turn on the solver Excel add-in, and then you can utilize these constraints to find that minimum value for the shipping cost. So this is the Excel solver, and hope this will help you in your future task in Microsoft Excel. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and as I always say, if you really like this video and enjoying this journey, then please do like, share and subscribe my channel, and also press the bell icon to get the latest content update on this channel. Alright, then we'll meet up in the next session. In case you have any questions, any concerns, then do let me know in the comment section of this video. So see you in the next session. Till then, stay safe, have a great life, and take very good care of yourself.